I mean, it seems good to start somewhere when it comes to this one. Oh, is it not updated? Why did it not update? 1 second. Let's see if I can make it update. Okay, let's try that again. Why is it being so weird? Come on. Oh, is it gonna be one of those times? Or it's gonna be weird? I see. I get what's going on here. It's going to, yeah, just be funky. No? Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Hold on. Let me restart this. So, going to try, keyword being try, and do some map making. I'm going to work on the the stuff for Princess of the Apocalypse, since that doesn't really exist within this title. Have most of the Tomb of the Moving Stones done, but I think it'll be good to focus on like the... Oh my goodness, what is it doing? Oh, okay, it's freaking out now. That's a good sign, I think. Stupid drivers don't really know how to handle this title. Oh man, everything I click on. Everything I do is being a problem. Alright, let's go back in here. No? Alright, well, that's a little more accurate. It's still just a screenshot. That's so fun. It's still just a screenshot. Once I click this button, does it actually want to... Wow, I cannot believe that this thing doesn't want to... So window... What if I do game capture? Alright, gotta figure this crap out. Capture specific. We always want to do that. Let's see if this goes better. And I can just remove this one. Alright, well that's actually working. So that's nice. So as I was saying, I'm going to do the Necromancer's Cave and Temple. This should be interesting, and look here. 1 square is 10 feet. So these are technically larger, which is fine. Let's see. Open up the library. Get some stupid blacking out screen. Get some nature going. Swamp tiles, jungle tiles, desert, snow, grassland. Wait, what's the... This is just massive 8x8? Oh, it's huge. Oh, look at that way the texture moves, though. Or I should say, doesn't move. Is it going to do this every time? Every click I make, it's going to cause my screen to blink out? No, just a lot of them. Just a lot of them. Alright. Fine, we're gonna blink this out. It doesn't give me like any elevation, but I know that it goes down into the cave, following a small path through the woods, right? So we can just sort of build this up. Oh. Because why not? Actually, hold on. I can just build on this height and higher. That might be the better way to handle this. Save me a lot of time just being able to do this. Gonna want to stick some good stuff in here. Back down. Maybe do it like that. That looks like a pretty good. Sort of cascade down into the area. Put that there. Get one. Get like another little half step in there. Put one down here too. Just to add some spice to the layout, some variety. Oh goodness, I have to go back and clear up some of this. Leave in the path, but take it out with grass. Because I think this might be better then. Alright, get rid of that. Stick this in here. Like that. Okay. Drag that up one. Gonna get rid of that. That made it look so nice. These. Maybe this one. Move this one back over here. And then stick in one of these. That's smart. Oh no. There we go. No. Stop it. That is gonna kill me. Alright, jump you out. Jump in one of you, I guess. That'll help. Kinda. Alright, I'm gonna stick that one in there. And then we'll jump this one up to this plane. Down. Good. Cool. Do. Here. Can I do another? So I can build on these half steps to sort of make that a little smoother or something. Not that it fully matters. I guess it kind of does when it gets to like here. Right? And then we can use some of the swamp tiles when we get down to the bottom to sort of fill that out a little. So then it might be good to Eh. Throw some of these things down here. Give it the slight rotations to just jar up the texture a little bit, break things up so it's not so samey as it goes around, since there is just a very good limit. Don't want it to look the same after all. Let's take another. Oh, did I put that? Okay, well you can let those overlap a little. That'll cause some of this texture to bleed through the other one. So it's not the worst way to do things. Then you can also just kind of, again, place these on the same. Layering stuff up is the way that you get that. What happens if we... Yeah, so by layering those tiles, it gets like a little more of an overgrown path sort of look to it. I'll drop this down into this tile bed. You can get a little more stank on it. It's not perfect. I'm new. Leave me alone. It's too bad that none of these are 1x1s. That'd be great. That would be fandabulous. But there is the ability to kind of sink this in. Alright. It all is sort of rotating around that little point of light over there. That little moat is our center rotation point. Yeah, there. That does some stuff. Okay. Nope, not you. You. Because again, we can do some stuff here to add this variety. Boom. Yeah, I just wish. What do you look like? If I drop you in there. Don't really look like anything. Awesome. But I can get some dirt. Throw some stinkies in it. Just, I mean, grass is never just perfect. Right? It's kind of like a random stone. So then we'll do that. And this. That helps. This creates like a decent cascade down. We'll just kind of fill all this, block all of it in later. Over here. Oh no. Every time it has to re-render something, it freaks out. There, a little water on the path. You can kind of see through it, but that's what putting things back here is for. Because we go into this one, then we do that, and there we go. Can't see through there anymore. Then maybe stick this one here or lower. Yeah. Nothing is going to be perfect grassland. That's probably the biggest takeaway, sort of. Even if these aren't the best, they do help break up just the sameness of grass everywhere. I wish I could do something about this texture up here. Just put it that way. What's going on? How do you change? How do you change what? Trondo. How do you change what? I don't know. Community, what do you feel? Does this do what I want it to do? Let's put another 1x1 in here. Oh no. There, that sort of helps. Sort of helps that. Or no? Eh, not really, but could be a lot worse. Down here, let's put another like rando rock. Because we're messing on the planes, then it kind of doesn't like doing. It kind of does not like doing. Now we can break out this grassland and get big with it. Actually, just, oh no. That one is too high. I mean, it's a good fill-in, I guess, but oh, he just behaves that way. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good at all. And just take these here. Shift this up to here. Get a bunch of top down and then just woo. Now that is going to give a lot of this repeated grass texture, which is not good. Not saying the texture isn't good, I'm saying that the repeating as it is not good. Because what we want to do is we want to create a large area. That is going to be representative of a sort of monument. Let me catch the description on that real quick. Check out this locations. That is in town. It's probably in exploring the valley. No. It's about scouts and travel days. Yeah, no, that doesn't explain what I want. That doesn't either. That's about the elemental cults. Intro to chapter 1. Oh, okay, so this sort of like skips over this whole like level 1 thing. Or so it seems. Which means I should actually go grab my book. Because my book's got this. I mean, it's here. It's here. So where is the description of it? So the player handouts, magic items, creatures, forward, genasi. It's not chapter 2 stuff. So that's where they go to, like, other places. Or maybe it's in here. Fail, Bardraite, Belliard, Cult Encampments. So it'll be under N then, Necromancer's Cave. Neverwinter, Rindrith Manor, Lance Rock, there we go. Nearby see Lance Rock. A prominent landmark near Red Larch, Lance Rock is a slender stone monolith that juts up out of the plains a few miles from west of the Long Road. It stands only about 25 feet high, but the land nearby is flat and open, so it can be seen from miles away on a clear day. Lance Rock is made of granite that doesn't match the stone nearby, and it looks as though it was dropped from the sky. And then it goes into how it used to be. An ancient green dragon known as Old Gnawbone took the enormous stone from the Sword Mountains and dropped it on a red rival dragon. The red dragon's bones are long gone, but Claugilimitar know the origin of the stone. Red Larch surroundings is what it is. Okay. Finding some of this stuff would be so tough if I was actually running this in Roll20. Yeah, narrow 25-foot menhir of bare, large gray rock that juts eastward at a 60-degree angle. And then a sign. A sign. Okay. The attention of Kalissa Urkel. Excuse me for a second while I open it. Or rather not deafen you all with can opening noises. I'll be nice like that. So then. Lance Rock. Is it under like cavern props? Is that where I'll find? Because then the problem is that it juts outward. Miscellaneous exterior. It's not any of these. What's this? Oh, that's... Still can't really see what that is. Oh. It's like a pack on a thing. We can put this over here, though. That'd be a good place. This is wheat, I'm assuming? Yeah. I wish it would stop doing that. When I click on certain things, my monitor just completely blinks out. It is the biggest failing, I would say, that I have with an RTX card. Can I go with this? Nice looking rock. I could use some of these. So that if I hold shift, I can slide it on in there and make a bigger rock. Ain't that a nice rock? And those are some of the manipulations I'm looking to do. Yeah. So I'll just drop some of these rocks around. Like that. Like that. And I'll hit it with some like canyon or something. Oh. Smaller like pimple-sized rocks. Just gonna stick that up there. These are probably some of the manipulations I should have been doing when I was building some other stuff. So then if we take this, and this might be what I'll be able to manipulate into my large craggy formation here. rotate it so it's not too conspicuous. Turn it again, sorta. Just kind of slowly work its way over. Ugh. Stop that. 25-foot menhir. I don't know if it'll actually come out looking like 25 feet, but I'll do my best. The 60-degree angle portion, I don't really have the ability to do, mostly because of the limitations of Talespire itself, but there's no reason I can't make a large jutting sculpture thingy. But it is going to be work to hide some of these things like this. We're gonna take this one. Interesting. Let's grab, oh, a much larger boy. Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna turn on no clip basically. We'll just create these awkward crenulations with it. Da-da-da. I think this is going pretty well. Maybe bring it back down and do it mostly out of this instead. Fine tune it or something. It's not terrible. Go maybe like here. Yeah. Turn on the no clip again. Rise it up. Alright, this rotation point thing is kind of getting on my nerves. Just widen it up. I need to look up a way to shift that. Going to do there. And then, yeah, fill it up. Looking good. Just need to less awkward with the things. So then if we take a character, we should be able to get a sense of how big it is. Just plop this dragonborn down. That's 25-ish feet. Right? That's 2. Oh. Get out of build mode so we can interact with them. Yep. Okay. It's so fun when my monitor blinks out. Get rid of you. That's probably 25 feet. Doesn't match any other stones of the area, so that definitely fits the bill as well. GM tools. Use a biggin. I need to play with all this stuff. So at the same time, why not break open a D&D Beyond menu? I should have the extension active. So let me go. My characters. And let me go get a character sheet I can roll on. No? Okay. Always roll D&D Beyond open links 27. Yep. Oh, I got a 4 on a D20. Yeah, thanks. I got a 4 on my charisma check. Is it gonna come back? Please? Okay, there we go. Oh, right, it pops up and tells me what I got. I rolled a 2. I am not doing great at charisma checks. So let's do a firebolt. I really need to figure out this thing with my screens, because other people don't seem to be experiencing this. Maybe I'll tweet them about my problem. Alright, in D&D Beyond, I got an 11. That's not the best. 7 plus 4. Okay, there's my screen. Goody. Oh, it's over there. Did it just give me the same RNG? Alright, well the dice is here, so I can roll it now. 5. Oh, I see. And it remembers what they are. And so I right click it. And remove it. Whoop. Yeah, look at that 23. It's smooth. 22. D10 fire damage. Oh. It does not do so great with rendering dice. Yeah. Bye. Roll well. Alright. You passed the test. I like you. Eh. Let me kill off this creature. I got an 8. That's cool. Well, it's good to see how those work. And when you're closer up, looking at stuff and everything. And that Talespire app actually works. That's good. So this is going to do fine, and I will put some extra rocks around this area just to sort of fill it out a little bit more. It's a gray granite on like surrounding limestone, so I'm gonna have to do that differently. What's this? Oh, it's tree trunk. Give me back my rocks. What's this again? It's a big rock. Yeah, it's a big, it's a big snow rock. Big old snow rock. And I can add some variety too when you're doing these. It's just to place them like that. It's a little harder to notice some of the issues that are going on with the repeating nature of it. And so then it looks like something completely different. I don't want to overload the area with rocks though, because that would be not good. It is clear, which makes it visible from a long ways away. And then I want to drop some rocks over here. Just to help this out from being what it'd be. Because all of that's really going to help pan it out. Show me this tree. do more of the same sort of stuff, right? Trees can go. Okay, you're doing stuff. We're gonna slide you together to make a thickish forest. I don't know what's going on, but I hope they're okay. Sirens. No one's dead and no one ends up dead. That's kind of the desire there. Yeah, make this semi-thickened. Mostly just kind of creating a canopy. And I can just fill in with stumps and whatnot. Let's aim you this way. Like this. There. There. Jump you down, put you on the path. I guess we can just kind of like fill in some extra woodiness to make this not very passable. Not doing a ton of work on that to turn on the there. Not adding too much like variety to it. Mostly just hiding. You can add some tree variety to the foliage. Yeah, it's a foliage. Come on, face this way. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, it almost looks intimidating. Stick some Christmas back here. All right. Signs. We just want a little cobbledy. I stuck this here. It's the leave me alone sign right there. I wish I could put something on it just to hand out for the players. Come no closer, lest you catch the disfiguring plague that afflicts me. Signed, the Lord of Lance Rock. I do have a handout here, but it's nothing. Okay. So that basically gives me everything I'm looking for when it comes to that. And then, wait, is this map actually lit? Or no? I can't tell. I don't know if I actually loaded this map up. Yes, there's some light in there. But there's no light out here. That's fine too. Alright, we're in building mode. Kind of come back and fill in these things later. As much as that looks like an error. Now we'll get all cavern. Thank you, computer screen. Maybe tweet again. I didn't tag Talespire. I really should have. Really should have. Having fun with Talespire and building. Da, 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 da. Should have done that way earlier. Oh, 2 notifications. Ah, yes. Okay. So that's the nature portion, which is going to peter out, and then we'll start getting into doors, dungeon. Need this to be active window. Cavern. And then we can just sort of start look for the right floor for this. Or maybe I can go back to nature and use dirt. There's not a ton of floor options. Castle Ruins has some nice stuff, but that's not gonna help us out here. Cavern's a little too rocky, and it's like 1 floor texture. Cobblestones aren't really cobblestones. Desert Village, very red and mesa-y. Has some nice round corners. Dungeon, I think, is more stonework floors. Yeah. Which, granted, good textures. Harbor's not gonna help. Morgoth is, well, it's more. It's more goth. So I think we're gonna take this dirty and sort of pan this out. We're gonna mix this up with the rocks, I think. Overlay some of that on here to get the desired texture. So these are 2x2s of 1x1s, which means that each of these fits the size that we're looking for here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if we consider these two sort of the entrance, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we get rid of these and use these 7th ones here as our wall boundary. Which also means that as those are the entrance, starting there, that goes up 1, which would be this line here, 2, got it, 3. So this one will start here and just be like 4 across. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this will sort of represent the area where it goes north. And then we kind of round this off. In creating the opening area. Goody. And then these can kind of go up this way. Mark this with doubles just to sort of keep place of where I am. And then we're going back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that'll bring us to where we need to be. But then we need to bring this up more. All right, and this will be, you know, a caverny exterior that mostly stays at about 10 feet wide. So this isn't necessary in some spots. And this one can just kind of stay here and we'll weave around on it. But the walls are going to sort of go in this way and back out and back in. little bit of variety to it. So then for this room up here, this one being this wide across, that's good. The next one up will be 4, 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll continue that one more. And then over here is where it's going to have thorough ports that go out on both sides, which are going to stay small. And that'll create that room for the most part. It does help in some of these cases to go just that one extra block for walls, because walls in this game do take up a space, and that's a thing to remember, because otherwise your scale kind of ends up getting a little bit off. So it always helps to pad yourself out by one block of space. But getting the general layout down. So then this goes back and up this way, and is going to create, sorry, thinking about what I just did there. So then this creates this little room, and then again we'll outline that in ones so that we have enough room for walls. And it's a small room to fight some skeletons in. This here is gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's basically gonna stay where it is. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. We can outline this whole thing in ones so that we have room for walls. Some of those will get taken away because it's going to stay pretty tight. It's like 5 feet wide the whole way. And then comes what is going to be the least fun room to put together, this whole thing, this little craggy thing. So it's 3 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the most part. 3 by 5. And it goes 2 above this. So 1, 2, 1, 2. And then we'll look at it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The room is a little bigger than it looks, but it's going to, there's going to be some stuff that really kind of comes in on it, and we'll just kind of like outline it for the outlining sake. Yeah, that whole wall's taking up space thing. What are you doing up in the air? No floating. Even more floating, huh? Well then. Well. Take care of that. There. I feel like now it would be good to go back in and start detailing with some walls, and maybe some floor texture to break up this dirt, just to sort of get that in and figure out how I'm gonna do this room to then go off and start doing some of the other ones. It's going to dip down pretty low, but the idea is that it's not really gonna get past here. So this edge will kind of be the edge of where the caverns come to, and we'll have to block all this off. We can also flood it if we wanted. My screen. That's a really cool thing you can do, that they give you this water line You can sort of like set your base water. If you want this to be on like the edge of a pond or something. That's totally possible to do. A little island. Alright. Bring that down to the bottom. So I mean, it's coming along. There's definitely a lot more to put on the sides of this to help fill it out some. More trees from what it looks like. This is supposed to stay big and open. We'll put some cavern facing back here to sort of block that off. And then, I don't know, some walls to like boundary it. This is where they're supposed to be when they come to investigate this. Then they'll spot this crap over here, be told of some things, and that's gonna invite them to come down and go into the cave. Or they're gonna have this fun little go at it. So let's pick up them cavern walls. And start drawing up. Yeah. You should create an interesting corner there. That's one of the things too, like even doing this, you have to fill out some space behind some of these where there's going to be gaps that aren't necessarily meant to be there. I just kind of find that I like to do things in a certain way when it comes to this, in sort of setting it all out. It also help to get sort of the palette down. I know this is supposed to work for something down here that I've never really gotten it to do anything for. Also, just a little more visual to be able to see the things. But one of the things to keep in mind is that you do have to put it back down, because you are picking up and moving this exact one. You're not making a copy of it. Unless... yeah, no. You have to drop it back down when you take it. So you just do that, and then do this. And it creates a little bit of an interesting corner. There could be some better stuff, but since we can't do diagonals just yet, necessarily, like this is the closest you get to doing a diagonal wall. And that's probably because they knew they couldn't get away with certain things. Put that there. I just did the thing, right? Yep. Cool, so we're gonna drop that back there. Go up here and drop this one. Just because it's easy. Because it's a nice little ridiculous square corner. It is completely unrealistic. But I'm gonna drop another one of those here. And do this here. It doesn't fill in the best necessarily, but that's what some other stuff is for. Right? That's what some other stuff is for. Plus we can hit this and sort of... there. There. That's the way. I mean, there's a bit of repetition in there because of that one very identifiable feature, but it could be worse. Let's be real. Let's be real. Oh, I didn't want it to do that. Plus, I need to drop it back out here. Shift that in there. Why is this one not wanting to behave the way it should? Is it because it's a single? This is not fun. Okay. Okay, okay. We'll do that with some other stuff then. That one just happened to do what I wanted it to do. The other walls are a little more friendly to this. So what happens if I do this then? It's mostly going to follow those constraints, but yeah. But I'm going to completely remove it from my palette because I am smart. Oh well. Oh well. Oh my goodness, they're just talking away. Maybe I should... Can I share screen here? Navigate to a server to start streaming. Alright. I'll let them know. They can come in and join the chat. Oh, hey, Solar. Are they still? My daughter just doesn't want to go to bed, that's all. Don't mind her. She's 2. Of course she doesn't want to go to bed. Alright, so I wish I could get those to play a little bit better with the grid for placing in these corners. Those corners are going to be a thing. A not very fun thing. In the meantime, maybe do this over here. And get that. How does that do? That does great, aside from when it doesn't. That's great, aside from not actually doing what I want it to do. Drop that there. Come over here. And put that down. That's good there. That's good there. Because we are in this. See, I mostly just grab it from here too. It's not the worst. Turn it that way, there. Kind of maintain this over here. Set that one back some. Creating cragginess. That's the idea. So that can pop out that way. And this one can pop out this way. And then maybe put this one on the inside. I mean, there's still a little crack that you can kind of... No? Nah, not really. Maybe do some more of the same over here. Just this... Just see through into infinity. Fine, let's drop this crap back here. No seeing through my cracks. And even if you do, there's nothing interesting. Just fill it in. This is the glue, don't look at the glue. It's not fun. Alright. I want to like these corners more. I want another one. That's what I want. To make that just slightly more interesting. So I can use it more often. Turn this way to drop this one down. You are way up in the air. There we go. Definitely want that more. But look at it. It's coming along. I have to get a ceiling on it. I don't know if it tells you how high the ceilings are. Bring this too high stuff over here. No, it doesn't want to go the other way. Breaks up things a little bit better. Grab the other one. Just for variety. Okay. Once again, you. That does it. Does it well. Oh, right, I can always just run it off that way. Except for the fact that it does that. It's a little better. Yeah, don't look at all these edges. They're bad. They do bad things. Cursed edges. And then we can run this one like this. Just kind of shift it in there to help fill in that crag. Good. Good. And then this room. This room is going to have more of the same for the most part. They don't give a ton of options just yet. Keep in mind it's early access. So that will change eventually, but as of now, it's kind of just dealing with sameness over and over again. Trying my best to combat that with rotates. There's only so much that can be done. Rotate over this way. I hope that doesn't disturb anybody when I flip it that fast. No, face outward. There. Okay. So let me go here. We'll enter this shift mode. Now we'll enter shift mode. Good. Excellent. Wonderful. Do that here, maybe? That creates something good. Oh, you know what? Maybe I can use... Nah. Maybe get some props or something. That can fill in some of those spots and look a little more cavern-y. I can't really go into some of these other ones. They just don't have anything that works. Of course, Tavern's not going to. Wood walls. I can maybe... No, because there's a stone stairs when I get to that other room. Dungeon's too stony. Yeah, so we go props. There we go. Nature. And if we go back over to some of these rocks. What else do we got in nature? We can stick some of these on the wall. That might look good. Some of these will be good too, because that'll help break up the sameness of this texture. Look at that already. Look at that already for helping out that texture. Oh goodness, can you even... No, probably not that. These are huge. I didn't realize they're 2x2s. Mushroom? Yeah, we can draw down some mushrooms. In this corner. Shift them into here. And over here. That definitely helps bring some liveliness to the cavern, which will work. So this is plant life. We want rocks. Get these rocks in here. Where are, like, there's a little tree. It's a little too big and too miscolored. Although, I can kind of do that over there. That would almost create, like, if there was more of this, it could create more of the rough-hewn sort of look I'm going for. As it is, it just sort of stands out in a way that tells, like, longtime video game players, hey, there's something here. Yeah, these are just too bright. I'd have to mix them in more. And then lift it up. Turn it this way. Turn it that way. Bring it down. Thanks for the like, Alexis. What do you think of this? I mean, I'm not seeing the Facebook chat at all, so, like, speak at your own risk. But, doing my best with it. I think that looks pretty decent. Just mix this rock into the walls more. Definitely more. There's still some coal on the ground. I thought it looked coal, so I put it there. And turn it a little bit like this, and just so that it can kind of clip into itself. And no, just that little bit really adds a lot more life than this. Like, it's so little work. As I stick my fingers really close to each other and you can't see any of it. So I mean, in and along with that, it's definitely helpful to just mix these props into the walls to sort of create more of a look. Just more pattern breakage. Give it new life. This one's got like snow and crap on it, right? Alright, we want to roll out here. And kind of stick here. There, that really helps. Break up awkward corner of awkward. But give me more of that later. Basic layout. Basic layout, go. Who is talking to me? Coolio. Coolio is not talking to me. I mean, I wish. Then it would be interesting. Alright, back to interiors. This has already got some of that stuff on it. Cavern, just to lay out more of the stuff. So this here. And we'll get back to not being so encroached upon it. Because again, like the idea here is it is really thin. I'll have to stick something below that. My cart track. Stick some rocks. That's why I didn't really want to use this texture all that much. Like, it's a ton. Drop down a little. Thank you. I'm so glad to know these little tricks that work to truly liven up a space. The same textures just laid all over, but we can, oh goodness, back up. Just do little bits of work, right? Because this has a very distinct edge on it that we don't want to be repeated over and over again. To see it in that same spot on each and every single one of these, it's gonna look bad for the eye. And you kind of want to be careful doing that. But you don't want any two facing in the same direction as much as you possibly can. That's too recognizable. Or break it up with these little things. These little itty bitty things. These little itty bitty things are just what make the bit of difference for the floor to not be so samey. Let's take this again. Actually, we don't need the whole. Just take it like this. I'll stick that there. And there. A little bit of work. It's not so bad to look at. Going to have to keep that in mind in some other places. So this, as I was doing, get that there. That looks too thin. More like there, and then maybe because it's not a texture we often see. Take this, shift it into place. And it can sort of just live like that. Because we do need this to be claustrophobic through here. Take this one. Bring it up to this build level. Yeah. Yeah, it's coming together. See, like, look at this one. Same corner, but there's just this little bit sticking in here that helps make it look different. And that's this. This is sticking in that. That's what they did. Just that in a few spots. Yeah. If we put this here. Nice. And there. A mini should fit through there. Nice tight 5-foot hallway. Like you would feel fine walking through that. Most hallways are like 5 feet. It's at least 36 inches. A lot of them fit through. You will notice wider hallways for wheelchair access. And then we'll just break that up. Because this room is going to be a little bit different. So we need these 4 basically to kind of stay uncovered. And that's where we're going to get creative with the walls to create difference and get everything in here. There, and put one there. we'll take this and do the shift technique to put that in there. Create something different, right? This is a little too same, but we'll get something across here that will make that okay. I can kind of do the same here. Did not mean to put that away. Just shift so that it clips. But so many of these are just so repeated. Cool. All right. Take this one like this. Get it down on that plane. Shift through here. And through here. So there's not really enough space, but it blocks that off. Then we'll do that. That's not really. There we go. Yeah, that did nothing. You can go away. And you. Stick that one in there. Again, it's a little awkward. Looks like that could be a door. It's got a little bit of stuff in here. Too interesting up the floor. Maybe just one more of these. Drop this down to here. And this one we'll just put the full on. Cool. Now you know what? Just because I can, let's drop some prop. I think I have to step into Grim for this. Because there is, I mean, there's skeletons, right? I mean, they're supposed to be like propped on the wall. But we don't really have that luxury. Yeah. Just a pile of skulls. Oh, I can use skull floors? Nice. He said better days. And then you... I'm just gonna put you there. Oh, cool. This... I can use in another room. Decorum. Da, da, da. I don't know if that wants to hang properly. It's cool. It's cool. So there's not really like floor weapons. Unless I can fantastic up something. Because one of the things that is supposed to be in this room are short swords on the floor. But I think this is the closest I get. This is everything. Lights, ladders, grim, furniture, fences, crafting. Yeah, knots. I can't really put those, but I can put these guys. It's not really enough, but it's enough. 3 of them are alive. And as soon as you try to touch anything in that room, they get unhappy with you. You can see through the floor there. It's a good time to stick another prop beneath it. It's a fair time to just use this 2x2 again. That was a lot of stars. Maybe I should have been paying attention to that, because who knows where that's coming from. Alright, I should fill in those areas somewhat decently. Then just put this here, turn on shift mode. Just kind of do that. And it doesn't do it. Hi, again. Alright. Shift over here. So for people who have just started watching and are kind of unaware of what's happening, I am working on building out the dungeons for Princes of the Apocalypse. So I'm currently working on the Necromancer's Cave. Don't worry, I'm doing my best with these walls. I am open to any suggestions that you have as well. But I do have some things that are kind of working to break up the sameness of everything. Oh, wrong one. That's my bad. Yeah, it sticks out decently enough. I think it's more the filler areas. Like, what do I do over here after everything else? Like, what would you suggest? Alright, so this room. There's supposed to be something in here. Yeah, wow, where does it give those? Yeah, like, kinda doesn't. Uh-huh. HIJKL. Glance Rock. Tomb Passage. That's not that. That's the Haunted Tomb, which is another fun. See, this is things that don't have maps that I can then, ouch, create maps for. Which is cool. Last laugh. Let's rock. Reveal the Let's Rock sign. Pursue Necromancer's Cave. There we go. Opens to the darkness from which a breeze blows, carrying the faint odor of death. Here we go. Boulder stained with blood. 8 feet long, 3 feet high. Dark stains color its top. 6 feet across. So 6 by 8 by 3. And it's... all these things are open. It is not 6 by 8 by 3, but whatever. It's basically this thing. Except this thing is much taller than that. How far down can I do it? I think that would be it, and then if I could just find a way to do dark stains on top, that'd be cool. Does anybody have a suggestion for dark stains? I can come back to that, I guess. These are starting to look pretty good, though. Maybe do some more of this. Over here. I mean, it becomes incredibly obvious that it is something else. But it really helps. Right? Not the only one that kind of feels that. I hope I'm not the only one that kind of feels that. Meanwhile, it does sort of intrude upon play space. Oh snap, there's nothing there. I should probably fill that one in. That might be good. Same sort of problem where it's just like it opens into nothing. Okay, so put that there. Shift. Drop that there. Does that? No, it doesn't. No. Definitely not what I was looking for. Raise it up to there. There. Now it blocks it. That's all I needed. Alright. So then we get to this here, which is, again, going to mostly sort of intrude upon this area and turn it into like 5-foot wide paths. Which means more using this stuff. So you don't really want to step on that too much. I can't believe it's like interesting stuff about the, like, I've played Princess of the Apocalypse quite a bit, or I've tried to run it a number of times, and I've actually TPK'd 2 parties in the Necromancer's Cave. Alright, I just want to make sure that someone can fit through here. Which is it? Like this. Alright, can fit there. No, it does not look as though they can fit through here. I mean, at least they can't like that. They would have to whoosh, whoosh, whoosh like a ghost. Which could work. Alright, because a mini can fit in there. So I guess that'll do. That'll have to be just what they can do. I'm going to leave the mini, though, so that I can test things as needed. Let's put that in the rock and do that. That works. Awkward corners that don't exist in caverns. Check. We got plenty of those. Just gotta fill it out with more rocks. Truly gotta rock it. Do that, that. And maybe stick one of these in here. No, because that's not gonna... That just has harsh edges. In not good ways. I can just put another rock there. As far as these go... Nah, maybe not that. Once again, gotta get my good old 2x1. Good friend 2x1. I want you to do that, though. And slip it this way. written on there. It's harsh trying to hide these things. Very harsh. And then take you over here so you're on the right plane. Drop you there. There's not really an angle the players can see, but it creates this sort of realistic kind of depth where you can look in through something. So like they could in theory see into this kind of space, and that there's cracks that go back into like nothingness. Same sort of thing here, although this needs to be covered up better. So then we drop that there. Maybe do a very similar over here. So I turn on no clip. Drop that there and there. Right? It's kind of a, never mind this, it's a natural formation that they could see into. It just covers my butt. That's all I need. Maybe make another one over here. Come with me. So we're going to turn the shift on, turn it that way, and drop it there. Practical? No. Not in the slightest, but it covers some things I need it to cover. There's not a visible way to look out upon the area. It creates all of this. This does widen up here more than it's supposed to, so probably stick something down that can intrude upon player space. Creates a bit of a hallway, and then can stick some rocks or something on top of that. I know. Just do that. I mean, not exactly like that. Can drop it down a little. And then put some things on top of it. Maybe some other rocks to help it. Seemed like not a good space. And then we get to the room where I sort of started going back and doing all this. But here. See, even this thing is two of those put together. Eh. Turn on no clip. And go over here. Drop that. And drop that. A wall that's not too samey. That's pretty good. Does a lot of what it needs to. And again, when it comes to this here, like, they can't really do some of the other stuff, but you can fit the mini there well enough. So that does make it so that the players can play. Emotes, enabled torch. Oh, that is so nice. Enabled torch. Nice. Stats, jam tools, hide, fly toggle. Whoa. That stuff's cool. It only has 4 stats though, so that's curious. Turn off the torch. That is some really cool stuff. Player permission, make unique, set size, rename. Yeah, there are some really, really cool things that they did there. So this nightmare of a room. This absolute bungled mess of a nightmare. How to represent. And it intrudes so much upon their space. Okay. So this is that. Then technically all this crap's supposed to come out to here. So just kind of as a marker, here is the entrance. And then maybe do this. And set it in there. It kind of represents the way the room is gonna go. Wow. Yeah, because there's a thanks screen. Well, there it came back. Well, it's going to do some stuff like this. And then this piece right here is basically kind of our friend for this room. And repping the weirdness that this room has. Because, I mean, it is a fair-sized room. Look at it. You get the mini in here? Like, that's not a terrible-sized room. It just feels so much smaller because of the way that the room is supposed to encroach upon the player space. This is going to do some more stuff up here. I think we'll put this here. And then here. Here. Right? I still can't master the rotating of this thing. I need it to 8-way walk so I can get the point the way I need it to. That's what I needed to do. Alright, and then this, yeah, this is going to create a little hallway that goes off that way. Because there's a very important hallway up this way. But in the meantime, there is this junk over here. Right? And there's 3 zombies in this room that they have to fight. So then that like that, and like that. I guess that'll do, because this will be the exit to the room. And there's this, yeah, a little bit of texturing to make it fully work, but that's a good representation of the room. That's a good representation. Alright. So now I'm kind of stuck. I have to stick down more of this crud. Alright. Come with me, Poopy Tile. We have to go. Dun, 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 dun. How much farther down this way does it go? Like, not far. If anything, this covers more than enough ground. And then this should do it up. Like, that covers claustrophobia hallway. Right, that's 1, 2. So then this is that square. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I was really close. Really, really close. So we're going to come out into this area. Oh, I'm extra dumb now. Basically, I can come out here. You can play it off that. Roll off just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4. Alright, so from this one, it goes 1 up and then 1, 2 to the right. So not this one. And then it goes 1, 2 to the left. So it's more like 5. And it has one right to the left of it, but there's not going to be a lot of that scene. So the next row up goes 1 over. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. It goes over to here. Going to get intruded upon, but you can see this one up here. It's going to run basically over to here again. Oh, thank goodness. Ah, no, come back. Gosh, this is a huge room. Alright. Then this one's going to run like this. Do that one more time. Then we can come in and run over to here. For the most part, it's going to continue to play off this wall over here. Alright, so it gives me a little bit the basis of where I am. Do that again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. And this is where the stairs and stuff are. Come with me, friend. Good. You're my measuring stick. There's a lot of stairs for it to not go up very high, though. That's how it is, because this stuff is going to basically go up to here, too. Alright. Also, let me look at the description of this room, because this room might be slightly different. The floor is uneven and the ceiling is 40 feet up. Whew. 3 fat boulders serve in the passage serve as tables for human corpses. Yeah, that's fine. We'll get to that. Body parts, table, back. Further to the west, a stone stair climbs the north wall, ending near the ceiling. A stone slab, like a counter, juts from the wall across from the room. The base of the stairs, it holds knives, saws, and other tools. Okay, so 40 feet up. This is a tall wall. So we'll assume he's 5, right? Which means this is 2 stacks is approximately, well, 3 stack is approximately 5 feet. So that's 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. That's how high that goes. That is a tall wall. And this is gonna climb all the way up to here. Yikes, dude. Okay. As you wish. Alright, we're gonna go up to here where we're gonna build some stuff. So this platform is basically a little 2x2. And then I'm gonna figure out a way to put stairs that walk all the way up to this. That cover 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiles for the most part. Let's turn that off. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stairs wind up to this height from that distance. Those are gonna be some steepy stairs, man. They also wind around this garbage. I don't know if my tiles can technically do that. But also, for convenience sake, I can just sort of like do this. That helps me fill in a lot of stuff. Alright. Just out of... Oh, okay, yeah, just blink out on me, that's cool. Come on, stacking. It's not really what I wanted from you. I can't raise my height. Okay, I need a tile set with some stairs. I just click back into Cavern. Cavern does not have stairs. Castle Ruins I think does though. So when they give me stairs. Stairs cover approximately 5 feet. Again, I can't lay a mini down, so I have to assume. So if I take this away, don't do that to me. Put you there and you there. I mean, it's not a prop, so it has to fit the grid. There's only so much I can do. But I can. Then bring that down to here. Okay. No, one up. Where they should be. There. There. Oh my goodness, it actually works. Huh. It's actually shorter than it should be, for the most part. Also, this one's weird because, reasons. Alright, hold on. Drop that there. Then we'll nature to get our dirt. Actually, technically, I can drop 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, because you're third. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we're a little way off base. Just guessing. Let's step back and just there. The stairs are like that because the stairs are like that. You can play nicely. It could be worse. It could very much be worse. But because of the way the stairs work in the game, I just kind of have to do it this way. So I'll bring you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, he can make his way up there. But again, he can't. Can I put him? You can kind of get them at awkward angles. Whoosh! I fly. Whee! Super Dragonborn. Whoa. Alright. And I will figure out filling in all this crap below. Yeah, because this is going to be rough-hewn stone wall. And that's what it'd be. Did it describe the tunnel sizes and whatnot? This narrow passage is about 10 feet high in most places. So, most places, meaning that most of these are approximately the size of these pillars. So this is right for the height of the dungeon. On a ledge 10 feet up, yeah. This is accurate to the height of most of these things, which is good. I'm excited to use it. This is the only complicated thing then. Or the only really complicated thing when it comes down to that. Which is a good thing as well. Man, this is 2 hours of work and it's like nowhere near done. Talespire is a ton of work to set these things up. But to be honest, I cannot wait like to put a group on this map and to run through this and do all these things. It's going to take just as long to play as it does to set up, but it takes forever to set up. Speaking of setup, not done. Not done at all. I have to make this get up here using some method. There is some madness here. Yo, Torshan24, thank you for the follow. How are you enjoying Talespire, or how are you enjoying the stream? I am trying my best to keep on keeping on. As who was that? David Spade once said, while wearing a really bad wig. Yeah, gotta keep stacking and tiling all this crap up until it reaches up to here. Even then, so Torsten, have you played Prince of the Apocalypse? Are you familiar with the module that I am building maps from currently for my own enjoyments? Okay. So it accesses that room. That's all I need to see. Would you suggest different music? Is a good question for the build mode. Obviously, music for play will be different than music for stream. But as things go. Crap. These are on the wrong height. That's why it helps to just do it the other way. You can get these little half heights, and I can make those adjustments later. In the meantime, I just need to get this up to that height. Right? That's like priority here. Is getting up there. This is a stack. Wow, I didn't... That is the thing about being able to visualize maps in this medium. I did not realize just how crazy this hill was for my players. Like, it seems like a straight shot. But then you get down to this and, like, it is not. Alright. It is so tall. Trying to stay reasonable here. Assuming they're only going up the steps here, which are not too much. It's nice to be able to do this too. They need to go up more. My goodness. Getting to the level of like Minecraft spiral staircasing. Bump. Come on. There we go. Trek up the mountains, man. All right. This is gonna have to call it good for that. Yikes, dude. Come on, fit in the... No? Something didn't work out for the math on that? You look to be the offender, but hey, it gets them up there. Oy, look at all that. I think that was my problem. I started out kind of shallow and then just because it doesn't describe how it goes. This will do just fine. And then we just need to encapsulate. What are you doing over here? Okay. There's Lance Rock. Being tall stuff. That's not like... It's tall, but I don't know if that's visible for miles tall. then that comes down, and we get all this. Cool. Into this room. Alright, back to the cavern it is. Make more claustrophobic. Tight corridors. Let's throw a no clip here and just kind of make those kiss. That's how this happens. Let's stick that one over there. Put that there. We need to keep this really thin. We've already kind of backtracked on that a bit. I feel like having that there could be fun. Just a little misdirection. Nothing says I can't. Let's be true to ourselves. Alright. And again, we get more of this here, where it creates a little pocket, which creates just a tiny bit of depth. Unfortunately, this end and this end are the same model because of the way that they put these together, so it does create a bit of awkwardness on that. But we still get this little area there, which is nice. I think those are really good, nice additions to have. I'd hate to be the only one that thinks that about those. That looks too tight for minis. Hey you. Yeah, that's pushing it. Good, stay here. We need you. And again, don't forget to visit Tails Bazaar and Tails Tavern for some pre-made slabs if you're in a bind and in a hurry. This will be going up on one or both of those websites when I finish. I will, if no one else is working on it, which I can't imagine no one else is, I will get all of this up there. All of POTA. And I, in fact, will be looking for some players to run POTA. I do want to finish this campaign. I have never done so. I never played it, never finished it. It's been really problematic for me trying to finish this one. And I like the story conceptually, at the very least. There's a lot of things I like about it. Let's take Awkward Corner and just kind of stick you in there. More tight, constrictive, nowhere to go. That's what we like around these parts. We like tight, constrictive, nowhere to be. We'll stick some more in there. Because this needs to come out this way. Good. Good. I have built up that trust, only to betray it. Accidental maze, are we friends? I definitely feel like this is something I would do to friends. Just put that there. That works. It's not even really a maze. It's a corn maze for kids. But you know players. We've been there. They can't honestly not figure this out, right? Then they don't figure it out. Do not underestimate your players. They're just gonna not get it. But hearing so many of those stories always make me feel better, right? I feel pretty good about myself when I hear those stories about players just not getting puzzles. Not because I've really encountered that, because it's like, oh good, I'm not the only person that feels like I have a really unique way of thinking. And this thing that was completely and totally obvious to me just was beyond the capacity of someone else. Whew. Felt alone there for a minute. There are others that exist within my headspace. Hey, do you guys want to hear a funny story about how time I almost died? Because I have one of those. So, back ages ago, I was hanging out in a friend's room, and another of our friends was pulling on a bow and arrow. He was doing it wrong. You know, he used the whole fist technique that you see a lot of people do when they don't really know what they're up to. So then I just sort of like, oh, you really shouldn't pull a bow that way. You're really kind of just meant to use your fingertips. So then as I go back to playing Smash Brothers Melee, because it was ages ago, I should not be alive. I go back to playing the game. All of a sudden, the wall behind me, thud. Something hits it hard. It turns out to be the arrow. He accidentally lets go with a bow and arrow. That's cool, dude. Totally fine, totally fine. If you have any suggestions for anything around here, please let me know. Anything I can do to improve the overall experience is something good. But yeah, you know, just turn around, see the arrow hit the wall, my screen blanked out again. Just like, oh, okay. So that's how this friendship is. And that's what happened. And that's how I almost died once. Good, I'm glad to hear it, because I mean, I'm curious about a lot of the things that comes to it. Depending, I mean, if you have Talespire, I don't know how long it's going to take me to set all this up, but I would happily have you on the group. Stick that there so you can't see through. I'm taking a lot of my Minecraft knowledge into this, like, okay, vary things up, rotate, don't put those things together, try not to use too much of this. Haven't played since 3.5. This is definitely 5e, and I can certainly tell you that 5e is... it's not bad. It does get a lot of hate for certain things, but it is very beginner-friendly and very accessible. Very beginner-friendly and very accessible. So definitely one of the things I would suggest to do is what I'm doing. I bound a couple of things to my right shift and control, because a lot of the overlapping shortcuts were really messing with me. So when I hit shift, it allows me to shift the pieces into one another and clip them. And then using control and moving the mouse up and down, you can actually change which plane you are placing blocks on. And if you were here when I was doing the whole stairs thing, I'm assuming that this Dragonborn mini is approximately 5 feet tall. So then I would say that every plane is approximately 5 feet, which is why I had to do this monstrosity, because it is apparently 40 feet to the ceiling. Oh, which means this should come down some, because this is 40 feet, so this is the ceiling. Which means I gotta redo this other monstrosity over here too. But yeah. Do I have other stories like that one? Right. Other fun goings on in the Andrewverse? I don't necessarily know. I mean, there was the time I got a strawberry thrown at me, but that was because I was being annoying to the DM's girlfriend. So, strawberry came off the cheesecake and flew at Andrew. Cool. Hey, that definitely sets all that up. So then, haven't played since 3.5. What's your favorite class in 3.5? I've played... I really didn't play much 3.5. I DM'd a little, but I mostly... Like, I played one game, and I played a wizard, and it was my first time ever playing D&D. It was my first time ever playing D&D, and we were playing the Temple of Elemental Evil. And the character died twice in a week. I died, I got revived, because, like, we found the temple or whatever, or, like, the platform that the miners were being sacrificed to, or at least in our story, miners were being sacrificed to this, and I think, like, I asked it for the miners back or something, and so then just, like, this black tentacle comes out of the thing and grabs me, and, like, slams me onto it and sacrifices me and brings them back. So I got revived, and then we end up in a ghost town, and a ghost kills me. That's very cool. Yeah, I was 15, and it was my first time ever playing D&D. So this was 16, 17 years ago. I was like, oh, wizard, that'd be great. Human, because I feel like elves are too mainstream. And I never played the game before. Never played the game before. Elves are too mainstream. And that's all that needs to be known about that. We had one elf in the party, so that blows my too mainstream thing completely out of the water. Oh, yes, this way. Had a moment of summoning a dire shark into some water and telling it to eat anything not human to eat the toads that were trying to kill us. And the one elf in the party happened to be in the water, so that was just a funny moment between us where I revised its orders then. She's like, I'm not human! Oh. You should watch out for the shark. If there was one thing I could change about that part of my past, it would be just maybe having a better first DM. Like, he was good at DMing and everything, and I mostly played riffs way back then. But he was kind of power trippy. He was kind of a jerk just all around. So if that experience could have been better, I think it all could have been a lot more enjoyable. But I do enjoy the time that I spend with him as a friend, and I wouldn't change any of that, despite some of those experiences. However, it has been dragging on and on here. I'm probably going to give it another 15 minutes. I'm 32 now. So I was born when you were 14. But yeah, the first actual game I played was Deadlands: The Weird West, if you're familiar with that. Steampunk meets Cthulhu horror, Eldritch horror meets the Wild West. Set like just after the Civil War. Very interesting, very fun. I'm using way too much of this one tile because of how it allows me to do diagonals. Deadlands, yeah. That was a very interesting character too. I don't know, got lucky, I guess. I drew both Jokers when creating the character. So that wound up being a Harrowed. For those that don't know, is an undead creature, sort of, possessed by a evil Native American spirit called a Manitou, By the way, if you're ever in the American Southwest, do not think of the Nagloshi. You're welcome. But there was that. And then the other Joker gave me a favor from a U.S. Marshal. We didn't play those too long, and because I was so new to things and being so young, my dad kind of wanted to monitor how I was taking it and how it would affect me, so he played in those first few games too. So when we played Deadlands, he was actually playing a priest. We played one kind of like one-off game, and then we got into another one where we joined like partway into a one that the party was doing. They had found it off like GeoCities back when that was a thing, and we're playing, and it seemed pretty interesting. So we got on at this part where they're on a train that is taking some stuff somewhere, but then it gets hijacked by a Manitou, you know, the general sort of evils of the game, Native American spirits, which, you know, in real life are not to be messed with anyway. I want this one to be like over slightly more. But one of the first things that, you know, the priest ends up doing while he's in the train car and they're pacing back and forth and patrolling all the alleys and all the aisles and whatnot, is begins praying and like blesses his hands. And then when one of them is passing him, he stands up and grabs him. And my dad, he's just like, well, I'll just break his neck. And then rolls crit success. So he's like, you rip his head off. So the people get saved by this priest who's just covered in gore and viscera. And one of the other things that he had, which when we got to the end of everything there, was he had a hatchet that was blessed by a Native American shaman, undenoted tribe, which he throws at the Manitou and scores another crit at the right perfect time and just bisects him, head, crown to groin. Crown to groin. I'll find a way to vary up these textures here. And that was some fun that we had playing that game. Just one of those moments too, like you get to the BBEG and then some player somehow takes him out in one shot. I think I personally did that once too when I joined a Mage the Awakening campaign most of the way through. He was like, oh, you get this ability. It's basically you have the power of anime. I was like, okay, cool. And wound up dealing like 15 aggravated damage to the villain when it wasn't in its final form, and basically nearly ended a 6-month campaign in like 15 minutes. I couldn't tell you too much more about that campaign because I was in the very last session of it. I wish I knew more about it. I haven't played Mage very much either, but I have all the new WoD books. Depending on the updates this game gets, which there's a lot that can be done, and I cannot wait for them to release Tales Weaver, which is basically the Steam Workshop for it, because everything that can be done with this will be so cool. Getting to do Star Wars 5e, getting to do World of Darkness, werewolf, vampire, just all that fun stuff on top of it too. Shadowrun, so many things that can be done in this system, or even BESM. That's, again, for those that don't know or aren't familiar, this Big Eye Small Mouth, it's basically anime in role-playing form. I know that sounds a lot like BDSM, so be careful where you say that, I guess. True, in its basest form like this, though, it also works with Pathfinder. It would be cool to see WotC to work with them, or for WotC to assign somebody to making maps. By the way, wizards. DMs are open. But yeah, that could be cool. And then perhaps when they get to that point with Talesweaver is when that sort of thing will happen, and you can buy DLCs of pre-made maps for everything else. But in the meantime, you can copy and paste slabs from elsewhere. And you definitely, like, almost all the Strahd maps have been made already, because everybody wants to play Curse of Strahd. Yeah. For sale. Interesting. Since you can literally copy and paste things. I'm not sure if you're aware of that one. So if you take this here, we'll select all this, and then we'll copy it. Yikes. And then see, everything that was within that, I can paste somewhere. And so I see my stream went down slightly. That means that YouTube's down. Oh well. Internet just pooped out real quick there. Okay, so this slab should extend back another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Drop this here. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3. Of course. Let's just do that then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I was so close. This room is massive. This room is so big. And those skeletons at the back can cover so much space. But why is... Right, because Oriath is here, and he can go up there, but not necessarily, because he might also run back into his protective area. Okay. Rough-hewn walls it is. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and then you can delete this stuff out. Basically 3 of them, yeah. So these can come out, and this one to block out that space, and then this here can go away. But other than that, it's a big old room. Okay. Well, it sucks that everything went down, but I will see you all back here tomorrow to continue further work on this. And if you have any stories that you are interested in letting me know that I should tell, yeah, absolutely. I'll be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. U.S. Central Time. And don't forget to follow me at AndrewLysium on Twitter, AndrewLysium. You can also follow at youtube.com/Rilst, RILST, for other videos and information going up there. And until next time, the world is very lucky to have you. And